What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to look at one of the weirdest, and I do feel very confident saying this, one of the weirdest trading card game crossovers you will ever see in your life. We have a Tamagotchi trading card game. Now that's a bit of a lie, and it's an exaggeration, so let me explain. We're talking Battle Spirits Saga. Now, I think I've been pretty clear at this stage that I am a gigantic fan of Battle Spirits Saga. I really enjoyed the game. I thought it was cool. Then I went and played in the launch event. And since I played in the launch event, shall we say, my love for this game grows exponentially by the day. But something has gone and been announced, which has made it even more cool and even more exciting, and that is an official crossover with Tamagotchi. Now, if anybody thinks this is weird, it's actually not that weird, because essentially Battle Spirits Saga is a Bandai game, and we know that Tamagotchi is a Bandai brand. In the same way, you can buy one-piece Tamagotchis. That's weird. I can't be the only one that finds the idea of a one-piece Tamagotchi weird. I also really want a Tony Shopper Tamagotchi because, come on, ladies and gentlemen, who doesn't want one? My point is, I'm going to get to the point eventually, my point is that we're just talking Bandai here. And I've been asking all the way along, what's going to be the deal in terms of the crossovers between Battle Spirits and other Bandai brands? Well, this is the second one that's been announced, and I do think it's fair to say it is definitely the weirder and the least expected of the two. So let's take a gander at that, and then we can talk a bit more about, what's going on with other potential crossovers down the line. Now, first thing to point out, this is, for me personally, slightly disappointing. Now, I can see the way they've done this, and the way they've done it is actually extremely cool. What you have to do is you have to buy 2 boxes from your local game store, not online or any of that rubbish, not from some big online company, from your local game store. This is good. Because games like Battle Spirits Saga, and let's face it, I don't think it's controversial to say that this is very much designed to be a competitive game. This is designed to be a game which is played and competed at, rather than a game which is just kind of collected by more casual fans. I don't think that is an unfair statement to make. This is a game that's putting up $1 million prize pool for its first season, as an example. So it is a game where they really want to be pushing the whole competitive aspect of it, and if you want to grow that, you've got to grow your local game store. So this makes perfect sense, and I get it. But essentially, what you need to do is buy 2 boxes of Dawn of History at your local game store. And if you do that, you get yourself 1 promotional pack with 2 cards. And it's really simple. There are 2 different cards. You get both of them in the pack. Jobs are good 'em. I will be honest with you. It's slightly disappointing for me on a personal level. And the reason simply is I went to the launch event. And I got 2 boxes at the launch event. And I don't really want 2 more boxes. I want a few singles now just to finish off my decks. But I'm only getting this promotion if I get 2 boxes. And I don't need 2 more boxes. And this is where it all gets a little bit awkward. It's only for people that went to the launch event that are going to have this issue. It's really not the end of the world. But it is something to bear in mind. What I love is that it is really giving an incentive for people to go and shop at their brick and mortar stores. That is amazing. I adore this. We can see eligibility, all brick and mortar stores carrying Battle Spirits Saga products. Distribution method, receive 1 pack with both cards when you purchase 2 booster boxes. And the distribution period is from May 2023. But bearing in mind the release date of Dawn of Discovery is not actually until April the 28th anyway. So it's really not something to worry about in that regard, because the reality is you can't pick these up until basically May anyway. Does that mean if I buy them on release date in my local game store, I'm not going to get these? So I'm going to have to wait a couple of days? I don't know is the honest answer, but that is actually something that's got my eye a little bit, Am I going to be made to wait a couple of days to buy my boxes to pick these up? I don't know. What I will say is, these are amazing and I love them. Do remember that you get a box topper with each box anyway. It's just kind of a shiny version of a card that's already in the set. And the boxes are pretty cool. But before we get to the boxes, let's have a look at these particular cards. We've got Where Stars Are Born, and we've got Drowsy Fumes. And you'll notice, you may or may not, to be honest with you, but you may notice that these are cards we've already got. These are not new and exclusive cards. These are just particularly cool alternate art cards. And I will say, once again, I love this because what I really don't want is a situation where we've got these really good playable cards which end up being promos where you get one copy if you buy 2 boxes. That would frankly be rubbish. And the thing about exclusive cards is you never actually know what's going to be playable, especially with a new game that's literally having its first set coming out, soon. What we really don't want is any exclusive cards that are hard to get hold of, because nobody knows which cards are going to turn around and end up being good again in the future, or good for the first time in the future. The absolute best case scenario here is all the cards are alternate art that are hard to get hold of, and then no one has to worry about it. Job's a good un. So Drowsy Fumes is actually from the yellow starter deck. It is a 2-cost card that can be reduced by 1 pip, or egg as I like to call them. And either as a main effect or during the flash step, you may select one of your opponent's spirits and reduce its battle power by 2,000 during this turn. Basically, it's just hopefully a 1-cost card, because you should have like 1 yellow pip down. So assuming you're playing a yellow deck, this should be a 1-cost card that gives a very minor nerf to one of your opponent's spirits. Nothing major, but just enough of a nerf that they end up losing the battle rather than winning. If they're winning by 1,000, you buff them down, or nerf them down by a couple thousand, and all of a sudden they're losing by 1,000 instead. I like this. This is cool. It's not an amazing card, and look, I played yellow at the launch event. I chose very clearly not to play this card, but it's there if you want it. I will say, it's got Freestall taking a nap, and Freestall, let's be clear, is my favourite creature, my favourite character in Battle Spirits so far. And as a card, Freestall is nuts, because you draw a card and one of your spirits that costs 2 is destroyed in battle, and a lot of the good yellow decks at the moment, as good as they can be, are actually built around 2-cost spirits, so that's kind of awesome. But yeah, Drowsy Fumes is not actually a good card, I'm sorry, at the moment, because like I've just said, we never know what's going to end up being good in the future. We have then also got ourselves an alternate art of another card. This is Where Stars Are Born. This one's a bit better. It is a 3-cost card, but you can reduce it by 2 to turn it into a 1-cost. It is a Nexus, and when placed, you reveal 1 card from the top of your deck for each Star Dragon spirit you control. Add 1 red spirit from the revealed cards to your hand. So it's a 1-cost kind of search, but then it's also got a level 2 skill, if you can leave 2 cores on it, that when a spirit that costs 4 or more attacks, you select one of your opponent's spirits of 1,000 or fewer BP and destroy it, which can actually get like super duper annoying. So it's very much really for Star Dragons, but you know what? It's still pretty cool. This, I think it's fair to say, is the better of the 2 cards, but I don't think anyone's really going to be playing with these. I could be wrong, of course, but it's just kind of, they're awkward to get. You get 1 copy of each when you buy 2 boxes. I can't imagine people are going to be rushing to try and get a playset of either of these and whack them into their deck. Either way, this is just absolutely amazing, and I absolutely love it. The idea of getting Tamagotchi cards for Battle Spirits Saga is amazing. Of course, we already had it confirmed there will be a few, I think 6, Gundam cards in the next, and I really do mean like half a dozen Gundam cards in the next Battle Spirits Saga set. There are 6 of them and a box topper. so I suppose up to 7. But Gundam kind of makes sense, because remember, they've done entire Gundam sets of the original Battle Spirits in Japan. Because Battle Spirits Saga, for those that don't know, is basically a rejigged version of a game which has been going for 15 years over in Japan. So we've now got a small crossover with Gundam, a very small crossover with Tamagotchi. Go and take a look at all of the things Bandai owns. Oh, there are some very good options. I would love to see a One Piece crossover, but then we've got the One Piece trading card game, so there is always a chance that actually maybe having One Piece crossovers in Battle Spirits Saga would kind of cheapen the One Piece card game, or maybe it would actually use it as great cross-promotion. I don't know. Either way, this looks pretty gosh darn cool. I'm delighted, but I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about a whole bunch of card games, including this one. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.